Hi everybody and welcome. My name's Susie and a friend of mine asked me to film the process of creating some audio panel art, and basically what I'm going to be doing in this short video is showing you how to create some sound dampening panels for your house or your studio. These are not professional grade panels by any means, but they will help cut down on a lot of noise. And in this instance, I'm making this for my friend Sarah, who just moved into a place who's it's on a really busy street, and so this is meant to cut down on a lot of that traffic noise. It will not cut out all of the noise, but it will at least dampen it. So here we are again, and here are the supplies that I got for this project for my friend Sarah's artwork that is going to be sound dampening artwork. What we have right here is some sound foam. You'll recognize this if you've ever worked in a sound studio. This is probably on the walls or something like it. All it is just some egg crate. So if you have an old mattress topper that you don't like anymore, you can cut it up and actually use it and repurpose it for sound panels. We've also got felt, and I picked this up at AC Moore for about 33 cents a sheet. And then these are two bigger felt pieces that are a little bit thicker. We're going to use them on either side of our canvas. Here we have a burlap canvas that I found again at AC Moore. And what you want is a canvas that has already been pre-stretched onto a frame. So you'll see there's a pretty decent size here on that frame. And you want enough space that you're going to be able to stuff your sound panel into that frame. You want this side of your sound panel to actually be facing the wall, because those air pockets are going to create more sound insulation as well. I've also got some felt glue, and we're going to use that to make a design on the front of our canvas. You can also do painting. For Sarah's project, I am using felt to create the design because she needs a lot of sound dampening in her new place. I also got this neat little design element in the jewelry section. I just thought that would look really cool as the center of a flower. So that is what I'm going to do, is create this flower piece of artwork that she'll be able to hang on the wall, and will have some sound dampening qualities. And up next, I'll show you how to get started. What I did was I actually cut this foam with just a pair of scissors, and I'm saving this piece for another project. And keep watching my videos and you'll see that project eventually. It's basically a small sound studio in a box. So let me get some of this started and I'll show you the process. Okay, I've stuffed the foam into the frame and pushed it up underneath here, so that way it's mounted into the canvas now. It creates a little bit of a bulge on the flat side of the canvas, but that's okay because we're going to be covering this with felt and it won't make a difference. So what we've done here is we have put some felt across the back. I don't know if you can see that. So there's some felt covering the back now, and I've wrapped the felt around, and I've just used some straight pins and felt glue to keep it on the canvas. And then I'm going to take this piece of felt and put it over top. So we're not going to actually see these straight pins along the side, they're just kind of there as a baseline. And then we're going to actually work on top of this. So now we've put the covering over the black backing, and I'm holding it in place with some straight pins now while the glue dries. But we have this lovely blue background that we're going to work with, and once the glue dries, we're going to start working on the flower design. So now that we've gotten all of our pieces all glued on, we're going to wait for the glue to dry, and I've added a little embellishment from AC Moore, from the jewelry section. And if you see pieces sticking up, that's okay. That's not a big deal, because that's going to help dampen the sound a little bit more, and it adds a little bit of a realistic look to the flower too. So that is that. I'm going to end it all with putting a little bit of string on the back using some push pins, and that way she'll be able to hang it off of a hook once it gets into her house. So if felt flowers aren't your thing, You can also create an audio panel just by using an existing framed piece of art, as long as it's got this kind of backing to it, and then just take the acoustic panels just like we did with the felt piece and stuff them into the back of this, and you can hang it directly on your wall. Something to note when using canvas rather than the felted backdrop, if flowers aren't your thing, is that the canvas is not going to give you the same audio dampening quality as the felt would, because it's not as porous as the felt. So if you were looking for something a little bit more professional grade for a studio, you would want something that's fabric rather than something that's straight up canvas that's got an acrylic coat or an oil coat over it, because the smoother the surface, the less audio dampening quality there is. When you are working on a budget, you work with what you got. So in this instance, we have some felt, we have a burlap canvas to work with, and we've got some audio panels. In this particular instance, we also happen to have some stretch canvas to use as well. It wouldn't work as well as the felt, but it'll get it done in a pinch for the outside noise. And I know that Sarah has a lot of already pre-stretched canvases from her friends who are artists, so she can now use the audio foam in the back of those canvases that are already stretched and painted on, and at least get some of that insulation quality that she's looking for to dampen down the noise in her apartment.